Hello folks, and welcome to the video of the day. So in this video, I'm planning on reviewing the top 5 cryptocurrencies as I see them for June of 2017. This list is going to include cryptocurrencies that I think have a very strong potential to make you money over the course of the next year, but over the course of this month, it is an excellent opportunity for you to invest in these cryptocurrencies, or in the case of some of the later ones, actually start mining them. There are some very easy to use mining software and hardware components available out there. Especially, I'd like to mention MinerGate, a mining software, and Multi-Miner, which is also a piece of mining software. So there's a number of different reasons I would recommend against mining, in that basically it just costs quite a bit of electricity to run a mining program, as well as the hardware necessary on your own computer. I'd recommend buying these cryptocurrencies ideally on Coinbase or Poloniex, which are two of the major exchanges that I trust and use myself. People have complained about Poloniex just because it kind of got backlogged with transactions. That's, a little bit unfortunate, but it is a very trustworthy altcoin exchange. Coinbase, I obviously have no problems with, and pretty much everyone trusts Coinbase. It is based in San Francisco, so I'd say the two main disadvantages of Coinbase would be if there's like an earthquake there, or if the US government takes a less favorable attitude towards cryptocurrencies. Anyways, let's dive right into this video then. So the first cryptocurrency I'd like to talk about, surprise, surprise, is going to be Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, obviously, it's always on these top lists, and there's a reason, and especially right now, it's on this list because over the past month, Bitcoin has skyrocketed. It has gone up close to $1,000 over the past month, and this is because it got recognized in Japan as a form of payment, in the same way that, a piece of paper money would be a form of payment. So this really adds value to Bitcoin. The main problem facing Bitcoin right now is the fact that it costs a significant amount of money to validate each Bitcoin transaction, and it's only going to go up as the value of Bitcoin goes up. So therefore, I would say I see this more as a crypto investment instead of a cryptocurrency. But if you have a little bit of money that you'd like to put into something to save it for a future time, definitely go with Bitcoin, because it has a very strong future. It might go down over the course of the next few months, but by the end of the year, I see your investment in this definitely going up. And I think that this is something that you should definitely have on your list of coins to consider. Another reason that you want to consider Bitcoin is it's got a very well-known name. It's been around, it's survived the test of time, and if you've got the choice of storing your money either in cash under your sofa or storing it in a bank account, you might as well consider the third option of Bitcoin. And so yeah, this pretty much wraps this up. I'm pretty sure most of you already are aware of the advantages of Bitcoin. Anyways, and the disadvantages, obviously, but yeah, Bitcoin is definitely number one on this list. Number two, Litecoin. So Litecoin actually was recently added to the Coinbase exchange. It actually was created by one of the heads of Coinbase. So Litecoin, you might say like he added Litecoin to the exchange sort of because it was his pet project when he first started out. But Litecoin has developed a very strong reputation for itself over the past couple of years. It went down quite a bit in value, but it stayed around. And that's very interesting since, the market tends to eliminate coins which have no value. So, why do I put Litecoin as number 2 on this list? I would say it has one of the best futures as a cryptocurrency moving forward. So Antminer just released a ASIC miner, which is going to be coming out, I think, either this month or next month, with a 500 mega hash per second hash rate for mining Litecoin or other script-based cryptocurrencies. So this is going to make mining of Litecoin with any other equipment that you might have relatively obsolete, as Litecoin will quickly move into the ASIC realm, and you'll need to be a really advanced miner to be able to actually make any profit from mining it. The current value fluctuates between around $20 a coin up to about $30 a coin. And I see by the end of the year Litecoin reaching around $35 to $40 a coin. And, if you think about it, it obviously could go significantly higher. I think Ethereum does capture that sort of middle of the road area, though. So I would say Litecoin will be a very solid place for you to almost double your money. And I think, it's definitely something that has less risk than an altcoin that is not listed on Coinbase. Now I'm going to go on to Pinkcoin. So Pinkcoin is one of those coins which a lot of you are probably like, what's that? Well, Pinkcoin, in essence, is an altcoin which is basically it's just getting towards the entry level sort of place for the market. And it's sort of designed as a tipping solution. And, they say our community is very welcoming of new people. We really like generosity and stuff like that. Pinkcoin is based on the script algorithm. So if you have like a old mining ASIC piece of hardware that you used to use for like mining Litecoin, you can use this with Pinkcoin. It's got a very easy to use GUI, so you can just go to, I think the website's like Get Pinkcoin Now or something like that, or like get.pinkcoin.now. I would double check to make sure I'm quoting the website link accurately. But it's a very interesting thing, which I think has a very strong potential. It is currently listed on a few exchanges. However, I think that if you put even as little as $20 into Pinkcoin and then just forget about it for a year, by the end of a year, you're going to come back and you're going to be very happy that you listened to my advice in this video here and bought Pinkcoin. As a kind of side note, I'd like to mention this sort of another coin that I think is definitely worth considering, and that's Monero. Monero has a bit of a bad reputation because hackers recently made a bunch of people's computers mine for Monero without people's knowledge. So it kind of has a bit of a bad reputation for that, but it's easily mineable with the MinerGate software. And I myself have mined, I think, 1.001 or something like that Monero in total with my laptop. So it is still mineable with sort of low-end computer hardware. And when I say low-end, I mean like I have an Alienware laptop, but it's nonetheless, it is a laptop. It's not like a very high-quality piece of hardware, such as like, say, a brand new desktop computer with like AMD Ryzen 7 CPU and stuff like that in it. Anyways, that's just a side note, Monero. It's something to consider. It's a good coin for June of 2017, but I definitely wouldn't put it on my top 5 list, but it, it might be a sort of number 6-ish, maybe. Okay, so let's go on. Next up is Gollum. Gollum, not Gollum like the guy from the Lord of the Rings. Gollum is something I definitely want you to consider. It's basically, the way they describe it is it's like a sort of supercomputer. So everyone has a computer client with Gollum on it, and they dedicate a certain amount of hash power towards the network. And then people can submit work to the Gollum client, and then it charges them in GNT, which is a token used to buy or sell hashing power through the Gollum network. I think this has a very strong potential. I talked about it in my previous video on good cryptocurrencies to consider for 2017, but I would say it's definitely still on that list. And I think that you would, if you place an investment in Gollum, you can expect to lose like a little bit of money over the next month or two, but definitely by the end of the year, you'll see some pretty good returns from Gollum. And again, keep in mind, this is one of those cryptocurrencies which I think has a very strong future in the future, not right now. So if you want money right now, this is not the way to go. If you want to see a huge amount of returns in the future, I think this is something you should definitely consider buying. And then finally, let's go on to our last cryptocurrency on this list of the top 5 cryptocurrencies for June of 2017. Bytecoin. I bet none of you saw this coming. Anyways, Bytecoin has been making a little bit of a sort of movement at the bottom of the cryptocurrency exchanges right now. It's gone up quite a bit recently, and what I'm guessing is going to be happening is people are going to try to make a tulip bubble out of the Bytecoin thing. So, again, you're kind of playing with fire or playing with sharp knives here, because you don't know when the people with tons of Bytecoin are going to sell it off. But this is something you should consider buying as a kind of trying to beat the other people sort of. It's kind of like a gamble to a certain extent, but with significantly better odds, since you know what other people are trying to do as well. So, and I say that with the caveat that the supply of Bytecoin is technically limited. So, this might be more of a, 1 year plus investment, but I definitely see people stockpiling Bytecoin. And that's only going to make things better for you as long as people keep that Bytecoin. And, it's number 5 on the list of top 5 cryptocurrencies for June 2017 because it has this somewhat unstable foundation. That's why, I put things like Pinkcoin, which no one has heard about very much of, but I think it has a strong potential. And then there's also Monero, which I listed sort of as an honorary 5.5 or 5.5. But Bytecoin, I think, definitely deserves a place on the top 5 list because it's well known. It's very easy to mine with the MinerGate software. I think I mined a couple thousand of it with the MinerGate software. So it's really easy to mine. And if you're just interested in flipping Bytecoin, it goes up and down a lot. So it's definitely worthwhile to consider for anyone who's interested in the cryptocurrency market. Anyways, folks, this is all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did learn something, please do give it a like, comment in the comment section below. I really appreciate all of your comments. I've received a number of critical comments, but that has made it so that I can make higher quality videos, and I hope to see a lot of you back for my next video. And thanks again for watching. I enjoy making videos, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.